It's such a gruesome tale. I don't know how it can mean anything. We all like to live in a dream world where bad things don't happen, but it did. It's a piece of history that we preserved, and that's what I think about it.
So basically, June 9th, 1912, town of Villisca has a church service which got over about 10 p.m. The Moores come home with Ina and Lena Stillinger, two little girls that are friends with their daughter Catherine. They weren't neighbor kids like I see all over the internet. They were probably about 7 miles out that side of town. About 4 in the morning, Mary Peckham, the neighbor right next door, is up doing her laundry. And by 8:30, she's just like, something's not right. So she gets a relative to use his key on this door. It was overcast that morning, so he lights a match, walks into this room. This is where Ina and Lena were found. That was actually Catherine's bedroom, but she let her friends have it that night. At this point, the authorities are called down, which was the town constable, the physician to the family, and the minister. They go upstairs, find 6 more bodies upstairs. So you got the entire Moore family plus the 2 down here, 8 total, 6 kids sadly. As far as crime scene, the axe was left against the wall, raw bacon laying on the floor, food at the table where this person ate afterwards, mirrors covered with sheets, cigarette butts, bloody footprints. They questioned people for 5 years. So the idea of 2 or 3 people as suspects is just completely ridiculous. I mean, you got a murder in a small town with 5 years of gossip. Everyone in town at some point was a suspect. And I've probably done well over 400 overnights alone in the house at this point. Never seen a ghost. I've seen every single door open and slam by itself on non-windy days. I get how wind works, you know. Objects move, chairs rock. I've heard full-on conversations upstairs go up. Nothing.
I do believe in ghosts, but maybe not in the same way that we think of it as like paranormal shows try to show it.
I want to say that, things happen for a reason, and I am that kind of person, and sometimes there's a lot of things that we can't explain.
The idea of paranormal activity freaks me out. Like, Paranormal Activity, the movies, freak me out. But no, I don't believe in it.
I firmly believe that something is not completely normal in this house.
It was a Friday night, the overnight's canceled. And I thought, well, I'll go fix some stuff upstairs. I'm up in the kids' room and I lock the kitchen door so nobody could walk in. As I'm up there, somebody walks in the house and I'm just like, come on people, are you serious? Like, obviously we're not open. And then I was like, obviously they just broke in. So I'm thinking, some kid just broke in the house. He has no idea I'm upstairs. I'm gonna have fun with this. Get in the kids' room closet. Plan is scare the crap out of this kid and just be like, why are you breaking in? If you want to see it that bad, I'll just show it to you. You know, just ask. Walking, going around down here, finally it goes upstairs into the room I'm in. I kick the door open to the big, nothing at all. And as soon as I seen there's nothing, like it just sucked the air. Like I got the wind knocked out of me.
Everybody's an amateur paranormal investigator.
If there's something in here in the attic with us, could you please turn off the flashlight?
Everybody's the best investigator, so that's what brings people to Villisca.
Maddie and I on the way over to Villisca were saying, like, some people are more sensitive to this kind of thing. And I wonder if we're the kind of people that are more sensitive.
I was walking down, and I was the last of everybody. But I heard footsteps behind me, and I thought, oh, I'm mistaken, it's another DI homie behind me. So I looked, and there's no one there, but it felt like there was someone there.
So after it had gotten dark, we were all sitting around in the living room talking, and we were using, since there's no lights in the house, we're using a flashlight. And it's one of those flashlights that you twist to turn it on, and it like varies in intensity, and it was just, we had it propped up in between 2 books on one of the tables.
So as we're all just kind of sitting around, Jake and I are the closest to the flashlight, but still pretty far away from it. I couldn't have reached out to it and grabbed it. Jake couldn't have reached out to it and grabbed it.
And while we were all talking, the light just like got really bright, like someone had grabbed the flashlight and twisted it all the way.
And I turned and looked at Jake, and I knew like from his face that he had noticed it as well. And then Brooklyn or Maddie goes, did the light just get brighter? So we all noticed that the light had gotten brighter, but none of us had touched the flashlight.
But then there was one point in the night when I like was aware of the fact that I was no longer sleeping, but I wasn't like fully awake yet. And immediately after, I felt there was something in the space, like right next to me, like right across the threshold of like the kid's room. As like a way to calm down, I like sat up. I never looked inside the room, but I sat up, and Katie says that she tried to call my name. I remember looking at her, but I don't remember hearing her voice, and I do remember eventually she asked if I was okay, and I kind of did like one of these, but I never looked in the room. So I didn't see anything, but something spooked me.
Jake, I don't want to freak you out, but what were you looking at?
What do you mean?
When you sat up, what do you remember looking at?
You. What?
That's not what happened.
What happened? What happened? What did I look at?
You were looking into the room. Jake.
Katie, I never looked into.
Yes, you did. We all remember you sat up really silently. You were staring into the room. Like you were not moving at all. I didn't even know if you were breathing. You were just looking into the room. And I called your name like 3 times. I was like, Jake, and you just kept looking into the room. I was like, Jake. Nothing. And then I was like, Jake, are you okay?
I don't have a memory of that.
You don't remember that at all?
No.
Nothing really specific happened to me. I was just very uncomfortable throughout the night. My heart was racing probably all night long, and I just didn't sleep for maybe more than 45 minutes at a time.
Then around 2 a.m. I hear this is gonna sound dumb, but I hear like some sort of like voices, but you can't really tell what they're saying, and it was super faint.
So once we had all laid down to go to sleep, Maddie started to hear voices, and I wasn't hearing anything. And so I turned over on my side, away from Maddie and Brooklyn, facing the wall, so not even facing anyone else. And not even 30 seconds later, I heard someone whisper in my ear, and I didn't even think, it didn't even cross my mind. I was like, oh, it's Maddie. So I rolled back around, and Maddie's just like not facing me at all.
My night in the house was very different from everybody else's. I slept the entire night for the most part. I was out cold.
You get a place like this where you invite investigators to come in night after night after night after night after night. Who knows what's following you guys around? Who knows what they're bringing in? I hope the Moore family is not even here at all. And I wonder if they even are. I think that sometimes haunted places can be created